Welcome back. Now that you know how to handle early deflections and keep the focus on your prospect, we can look at what comes next. How to probe deeper. These are often called probing questions. We'll refer to them as clarifying follow-ups because that's exactly what they do. This is about what to ask after the prospect gives their first answer. This is where most reps either rush or accept surface-level responses and move on too quickly. Clarifying follow-ups are how you slow things down and make answers useful. Let's be clear on the purpose. A clarifying follow-up is not a challenge. It's not a push. And it's not an interrogation. Its job is simple: to turn vague answers into clear information. You're not trying to catch them out. You're trying to understand what they actually mean. Here's what usually goes wrong. The prospect says something broad like, "Things are mostly fine," and the rep either jumps to the next question or starts pitching. Both lose signal. Your job instead is to gently narrow the focus. Here's a clean, clarifying follow-up. Just listen first. When you say mostly fine, what does that look like day to day? Notice the tone: neutral, curious, no judgment. Now your turn. First time: calm, conversational. When you say mostly fine, what does that look like day to day? Second time: slower, own the space. When you say mostly fine, what does that look like day to day? Third time: calm authority, peer to peer. When you say mostly fine, what does that look like day to day? You're not challenging their answer. You're asking them to define it. Here's another common situation. The prospect says, "We've tried a few things already." That sounds informative, but it's vague. Here's a clarifying follow-up. Listen first. What have you tried so far and how did that work out? Notice how it invites detail without pressure. Now repeat it with me. First time: neutral. What have you tried so far and how did that work out? Second time: slower. What have you tried so far and how did that work out? Third time: calm authority. What have you tried so far and how did that work out? Good. This keeps you in discovery instead of jumping to comparison or critique. One more example. The prospect says it's a bit of a challenge. Here's the clarifier. Just listen. What makes it a challenge in practice? Simple, direct, very effective. Now your turn. First time: steady and neutral. What makes it a challenge in practice? Second time: slower. What makes it a challenge in practice? Third time: calm authority. What makes it a challenge in practice? Good. A quick pace reminder. Clarifying questions only work if you give the answer space to land. Ask the question, pause, let them think. If you rush to the next line, you cut off the value. One important rule: don't stack clarifiers. Ask one, listen fully, then decide what to ask next. You're following their answers, not running down a list. Now go to your workbook. Complete drill 2.4, clarifying follow-ups. Choose 3 follow-up questions you like. Say each one out loud at a slow, steady pace. Record yourself once. Listen back. If your tone sounds curious and calm, you're doing it right. In the next video, we'll move into deepening the conversation, how to explore what's really going on without creating pressure or defensiveness.